Hi, my name's Dean Hoy. I'm a fourth-year PhD researcher at the Department of Economics here at the University of Melbourne. And I was recently fortunate enough to have the opportunity to travel to Harvard University for a semester as a visiting fellow. So I actually started my time here at the Faculty of Business and Economics in the master's program. And it was during that time in the master's program that I really experienced what an incredible faculty we have here, really world class. Some of the exciting research that's being conducted, not just by the faculty, but by the PhD students here. And just what a stimulating and supportive research culture we have here. And that's really what convinced me to continue on past my master's into the PhD program here at Melbourne University. So my research focuses on immigration, specifically immigration to the US in the late 1800s, early 1900s. It's often known as a kind of golden age of immigration where over 30 million immigrants, predominantly low-skilled immigrants, came to the US. And what I do is I link and track millions of individuals through kind of these enormous historical databases and use it to help inform our understanding of some of the most fundamental and contentious questions that are facing us in immigration today. So, for example, how do immigrants impact wages and employment, or how and why exactly does anti-immigrant sentiment form? So I recently returned from a semester at Harvard University as a visiting fellow, which was just an incredible experience for so many reasons. I suppose one of the first sort of main highlights is the research environment and culture there. It's incredibly intense and challenging, but obviously very intellectually stimulating and rewarding. So at Harvard, there's a really good understanding of the collaborative nature of research and how the loops sort of feedback you need to kind of hone your work to the highest level. So there are endless brown bag seminars, workshops, teas, conferences, just all these opportunities to be able to present your work, to be able to hear other people present their work. And so you're constantly getting feedback on, constantly critiquing, brainstorming ideas, and it really helps you elevate your research to that next level, develop your skills as a researcher, and just understand where that research frontier is and what it takes to kind of get to that research frontier. So that's probably the main highlight. Of course, another main highlight is the people there. It's just, obviously Harvard has this, some of the top minds in economics, both in their faculty as well as their PhD cohort. And so you have access to this incredible pool of talent and experience, and you'd be surprised how willing people are to grab a coffee and discuss what you're working on. They're very enthusiastic, and so it was amazing to develop these incredible connections, get feedback on some of my projects, and also potentially develop some new collaborations for new projects. So I'm fortunate enough now to be working on a new project with a Harvard professor, and that really just came out of coffee chats about research. And I suppose the final big highlight is just the place itself. Obviously, Harvard is this incredibly prestigious institution with such a rich history that you can just feel walking around the halls there. So it was an incredible experience, the student culture they have there. And Boston itself obviously has its own incredibly rich history and rich culture, and just such a fun and cool place to live and to experience. So I was very fortunate to be able to do that. I suppose one of the unexpected benefits I got from Harvard is the amount of connections I made to people from international faculties all over the world. So I suppose going to Harvard, you would expect to make connections with people in Harvard, but what I perhaps underestimated is what an intellectual hub Harvard is. And so there's this constant stream of people visiting from top economic departments all over the world. And so I was able to develop this incredibly rich and wide network with economic faculties in North America, Latin America, Europe, Asia. And so not only did it help kind of develop this network, both personally and professionally, and just gave me lots of people to visit wherever I end up going in the world. If you're undertaking a PhD here at the Faculty of Business and Economics, you can expect a really thorough training and guidance from obviously a world-class faculty here, but in a really wide range of fields in economics. So whatever your interest might be, there's someone here to help you and to guide you. The culture here really is quite amazing and really supportive, very social. So that's within our cohort, we are quite close and we really do support each other, help each other out. Between cohorts here, between different departments in the Faculty of Business and Economics, the PhD Society here does an incredible job of facilitating some of those social connections. And of course the faculty themselves, the culture and relationship you have with them, they really are your biggest supporters, your biggest fans. They're so invested in your success and it makes such a huge difference. And of course there's all the institutional support as well. There's very generous funding, lots of teaching opportunities, and of course travel opportunities. You know, the faculty here are really great in encouraging and facilitating you pursuing opportunities overseas. So whether that be research opportunities to overseas faculties like I did, or field work, or whatever it is you might be interested in, the faculty here is really great at supporting those opportunities. I'm incredibly fortunate to have this really amazing supervising team here at University of Melbourne, and they're really the reason that I was able to make this trip first and foremost. They had the connections, international connections. Obviously you can't do this on your own, you need to develop those academic connections before you go. And they were really great in doing that and just encouraging me to go out and do it. You know, and I think it is sometimes hard to take that leap, but they were so supportive of me every step of the way. And really setting up connections on the other side as well. So I always had people to meet, people to talk to, and those introductions were already there. So that really made the transition really seamless and really allowed me to get the most out of my time at Harvard. So obviously one of the challenges in undertaking a trip like this is getting funding. Boston's not cheap. But fortunately, not only does the faculty have for PhD students a set amount that you can access to travel and to pursue these opportunities, if you do really have an exciting opportunity like I had, the faculty often goes above and beyond to secure extra funding you might need. And so I was fortunate enough to both split that between my pre-existing funding that you get that all PhD students get, plus they chipped in extra to really, you know, make this vision a reality and really supported me in that way.